What's up, YouTube? We're a couple of cunts. We're in the countryside. We're talking about the internet. The internet, amazing tool for communication, literacy, spreading ideas, getting new influences, archiving old stuff. It's a really wonderful place.
So you mentioned all those things, and as many facilities on the internet as there may be for archiving and the sharing of information, you neglected to mention the one thing the internet is really for.
Well, it does kind of split down into three uses: Facebook, email and porn.
Exactly. You could draw a pie chart of the internet and imagine it like Pac-Man. The yellow part is porn and the little sliver of his mouth is everything that isn't porn. The pie chart analogy was probably a bit flawed. You'd need three segments, wouldn't you? One for porn, one for memes and one for everything else.
Although it couldn't always be the same memes because they only stay there for 3-4 weeks at a time.
People are still making jokes about badgers and mushrooms. Peanut butter jelly time, that's still
that's
going strong.
What's
What's your favourite meme, if you had to pick one?
I don't know. I kind of like, just like when someone does something really dickish, you can always just put troll face on them.
Trollface is a good one.
I quite like Trollface for the simple reason that he's very, very applicable to stuff.
I feel like Trollface is something that we use far too much in our everyday lives.
Yeah.
Neil, what's your favourite meme?
Nyan Cat.
Nyan Cat, it's a good one. My Rick Rolling is a classic. I love Rick Rolling.
It's a classic. It still annoys. Fuck you, Rick Astley.
But
Fuck.
Shoot de Woot would be another one of my favourites, I think.
I'm a fire in my laser.
So actually, I like a lot of the advice animals. Like socially awkward penguin's obviously my favourite because
like
it's all too relatable. Socially awkward penguin. I see so many of those and I go, wow, am I really that bad? Like go for a hug, accidentally touch boob. I've totally done that.
Sorry.
Things explode on the internet. It's like no one had heard of Chuck Tester, and then someone on, I think it was Reddit or Dig or one of those sites put the taxidermy advert on there, and all of a sudden there wasn't a person going around who wasn't going, wow, is that Kim Jong-il back from the dead?
Nope.
No, Chuck Tester. Charlie Sheen's one of the few people who turned himself into a meme. Like, some people have become memes, without ever meaning to. Like, Rick Astley never anticipated becoming such a meme. Or there's like the Star Wars kid who was just fucking about and then his mates put his video up on...
Yeah, you got really pissed off about that.
Well, you can understand that. I mean, those guys never, intended to become memes. Charlie Sheen's just, he went crazy and came up with all these catchphrases that, you can't say things like, I'm an F-18 bro, and I got tiger blood and I'm a warlock Vatican assassin and not become a meme. He knew what he was doing.
He was in Hot Shots, so he can kind of bitch about, flying planes. It's like, yeah, motherfucker.
Yeah, it wasn't real though.
Yeah, but
I hate to break it to you, it wasn't a documentary. I'm sorry, I know I've probably ruined all your illusions here, but...
You're dead to me. The best thing I saw the other day, though, was Harrison Ford walking around in a t-shirt.
I'm Han Solo, Indiana Jones and Blade Runner. I'm fucking over it.
Yeah, it's just sort of like, when you've got to that stage in life when you've been all those characters, and it's just like, I'm not even bothered about it anymore. It's just sort of like, that is how you need to live. It's like, I'm goddamn Harrison Ford. And, he's a helicopter pilot. He rescued someone from a fucking forest fire. Just like you're there, you think you're about to get killed by flames, you've run out of your truck, everything seems like it's gone to shit. A helicopter lands and goddamn Harrison Ford pulls you out to safety. You're going to do safe flight. Alright, the Navy SEALs or the firefighters of the army could come down and save you. You think, okay, I'm going to be good. But you know 100% everything is going to be fine when a helicopter lands next to you and Harrison fucking Ford gets out. It's just
got saved by Han Solo.
It's just like, get in here with me, and it's got like Millennium Falcon written on my side. It's just sort of like, you know what, I could die right now, I don't care, I'm getting in here with you, I might be hallucinating because of the smoke, screw it, let's get out of here.
Never thought I'd be so happy to nearly burn to death.
So what are your favourite websites?
Favourite websites? Well, I think the obvious first one to mention is Cracked.
Yeah,
we plug that more than anything else.
I was going to say, those guys should be paying us or getting us to write a column for them. I don't quite know what about, but we do love Cracked.
My missus is like the biggest Jack White fan in the world. She wants to bone him. There was an article on Cracked which was 25 men who looked like old lesbians, and Jack White was one of them. And she was like, haha, here's a funny article calling Jack White an old lesbian, and that's how I discovered Cracked. I read that article, thought it was fucking hilarious, and spent the next 4 days doing nothing but reading Cracked. Other than that, I'd say TV tropes is another one that I frequent. Doodle or Die, The Oatmeal.
I was going to say I've got the book for The Oatmeal, 5 very good reasons to put your dog from the mouth. The other thing I'm a big fan of, guys at Rooster Teeth. They do a bunch of things. They do Achievement Hunter, Fails of the Week, Red vs Blue, and also Immersion, which I think, you know, even if you're not into so much on the internet, if you're into video games, watch Immersion. We basically try and recreate actual scenarios from video games and work out if it's possible. You know, when you watch something like Virtua Fighter or Tekken or something, and the girls in it have been given ridiculously skimpy costumes to fight in.
That's true.
They basically test how long those would actually last for. So they get 2 girls, very good looking, put them in ridiculously skimpy costumes, give them like an afternoon's fight training, and then they get them to fight each other and see how long it takes them for the costumes to fall off, basically. But there's another one which is like Grand Theft Auto style. You know when you're changing the camera view, and there's one that's literally just above the car from the back? Yeah. They blacked out the windscreen and gave them a video feed from just up above the car, and they had to drive around this like little assault course or something, you see, where you can't like hit any of the cones or hit any of the children. It's hilarious.
Like the cardboard children.
Yeah, no, they hadn't just gone, hey you, what are your children doing next weekend? They were in kindergarten. Oh, they're not now. You're standing them out here. I don't want to get rid of it. Shut up.
I mean, webcomics I can't get enough of are Cyanide and Happiness.
I do like Cyanide.
Fucking hilarious.
XKCD.
Axe Cop, the best comic ever to be written by a 6-year-old. And Oglaff. It combines a lot of my favourite things: high fantasy,
titties,
porn,
titties,
you know.
Titties.
There's titties.
Titties.
You may have made mention of the titties.
Yeah, there are a lot of them, so I had to mention them several times. I believe I said them 3 times, but I might have been wrong there.
Sorry, what's in it?
Titties.
Other than that, there's the standard shit: Wikipedia, YouTube, Facebook.com/ACOCITC.
Cheeky little plug there. Wikipedia is one of it, even though quite a lot of the stuff on there isn't, you know, properly looked through and referenced. That is just now
citation needed.
The global encyclopedia for people getting stuff.
It's true. More people will use that than, I don't know, the next leading encyclopedia.
See,
this is the thing with the internet now. I could name you a Wikipedia, Wikipedia, TV tropes, any number of wikis on the internet. I can't actually think of a I nearly said I can't think of a Wikipedia. See, my mind is boggled. I can't think of an encyclopedia that has come out physically in book form. Is the internet infinite? Has that question ever been answered? I'm sure it can't be, but it might as well be. You know,
yeah, I think for all intents and purposes, the amount you could ever use the internet for in one lifetime, there's more on the internet than you could ever physically view.
You could have 1 million monkeys working on 1 million computers, and they probably wouldn't see everything that the internet has to offer. And that's a good thing, because it would warp their little monkey brains.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's a lot of stuff on the internet you really don't need to see.
There's a lot of things on the internet that I've stumbled across by accident.
Cannot be undone.
A couple of things I've stumbled across on purpose, because I'm the sort of person who gets very morbidly curious about things. I was at uni at the time, and I heard a lot about this one thing. It was sort of a phenomenon at the time. You may have heard of it. It was called 2 Girls, 1 Cup. Sitting alone in my dorm, I thought, oh, this will be a good idea. I'll watch this. And if we'd have filmed me watching it, a reaction video would be quite a funny extra. This has been called a vlog. People have actually referred to this as a vlog, and I don't see it as that. I see it more as 2 idiots getting pissed in the countryside talking shit.
We would be doing this here, or more likely in a pub. This isn't really a video blog, because this would happen regardless of whether we had a camera in front of us. The fact we've got a camera in front of us is probably a bad thing. This is going to be recorded for all generations' time, and will probably forever taint everything we ever do. But it could, at the very, very maximum extrapolation of the term, be called a video blog. Well, we've been a couple of cunts in the countryside. If you like this video, like, share, favourite, subscribe. You can follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook. If you didn't like this video, go on another poorly worded video blog and tell us why you didn't. And if you're so inclined, you can suggest a title for us to gibber about in future. Oh, we'll see you next time.
And that's the video over, so you can go back to watching porn now. I'm just going to take this opportunity to plug a few of our YouTube heroes. You need to check them out. They're far funnier than us. Subscribe to Hannah Hart, Daystorm, Smosh, The Fine Brothers, Shmo-Yo-Ho, Jenna Marbles, and of course, Epic Mealtime. You should also check out Internet Medley. We've been talking about memes.
This is good.
You know, it's basically the internet in 3 minutes. We'll link it here. Check that shit out. It's hilarious.